Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys in the Outdoors. Listen, this is the STONER CNC MS5. Big shout out goes to Kev from Peterbilt Knife Guy. He hooked me up with Mr. Stoner. Mr. Stoner sent me the MS6 a couple months ago, and I got the MS5 now. And we're going to talk all about it. But big shout out to Kev. Go check out Peterbilt Knife Guy's video on this knife. I'll put it in the description. He does an amazing job. Now, here's the deal. Here's the thing. And I want to explain this real quick. That paper I had left in my car and was ate up with humidity. That's why I just decided to cut the strap. And coming up, I'm going to cut another sheet of paper that was in the house. I got really aggravated, but starting over was like, let's just do another piece. What I want, and I'm bringing that up for a specific reason. When I got the MS6 in, it was built, it was done incredibly well. The coating was done very well. Everything was perfect, but it came functionally sharp. Now you see I'm comparing the MS5 to the MS6. We're going to talk about messages in dimensions in a minute. Dimensions in a minute. The MS6 was functionally sharp, and I mentioned that. It could have been much sharper. Mr. Stoner heard me. The MS5 that I got is way sharper. This is what I like seeing. It is a small attention to detail that matters. In 2025, it matters. And if you're a knife company out there, you can make one of the best knives in the world, but there's so many good knife makers out there now. Details matter. I am glad they addressed it. The grinds look good on mine. The bevel looks good on mine. It came really, really sharp. Way better than funk. No, let's watch this. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to show you how sharp right here. That's 4-ply, 1-inch diameter sandblast hose. I had one of the guys at work today said, Charlie, he walked right up to me and we were talking about a video I'd done last week. He goes, dude, he said, people have no clue at how tough a material that sandblast hose is, do they? I said, not a clue. I said, that's why when I blow one out, I try to send some to other guys. I sent some to Joe. I'm going to send some to other people, because not only is it a tough cutting medium, it'll wear on that edge, son. It's thick as hell. It's reinforced. It's some tough stuff. The knife went right through it, no problems. And when I say that, guys, listen, it's not going to fly through it like you know, a engine hose or something like that. This stuff is reinforced. So we did that. I wanted to turn right around, go back into the ratchet strap. And here's the truth. Here's the way that I judge sharpness. I don't judge sharpness on the paper cut. That just kind of tells me where the edge is at, right? There's 3 items I cut: the sandblast hose, the yellow ratchet strap, and then that Kevlar fire hose. If a knife sails through those 3 things, in my opinion, now everything's relative there, but in my opinion, it's sharp. The control of this knife is amazing. The balance point is right there at the top screw. And let me just say this real quickly, guys. Everybody's always getting on to me because I'm positive, oh, this guy likes every knife. No, I just like the knives that I have on my channel. I don't know. I guess people expect me to have a bunch of bullshit on the channel and be mad about it. Life's too short for that. I try to show y'all the best knives that I can. And the goal of my channel is not to sell you a knife. It's to show you the knife work and work on my skill set. That's what this is. That's what it is. I let the cat out of the bag. I'm not here to sell you knives. I'm not here to get you know, wax nostalgic, carry one for 6 months and do all that shit. We take it out of the box. We do our video on it. I give you my thoughts on it. I think that is important. I really do. Again, this is reinforced sandblast hose. Now, let me say this. When I am doing this particular thing, I am paying attention. There are a lot of times old scab don't and I'll get bit. With this, I do, for the simple fact that thing could slip and I would be in a mess. But the knife has amazing control. And that's the other thing. Normally, with most knives, I'd have to be really careful. With this knife, there's the reinforced. Thank you, Scab. With this knife, I feel like I can take a little more risk. I'm still careful. I still want to be careful. I do not want that thing slipping because it is sharp as hell. But I feel like I have really, really good control of the knife. Let me give you the specs on this thing. Now, let me say this. It's aeb-l steel, my favorite steel. It's G10 handle scales. Stoner CNC is known for their grips and their handle scales. They've been in business a long time. They've got their shit dialed in when it comes to that. Hands down, point blank, period. Some of the best in the world. Now, the handle on this is skeletonized. I did want to say that. The weight, like I said, is at that top screw. It's balanced really well. We've got, I believe we got right at, let's see what we got on here. We've got right at, it's just, it looks like right at 3/16, maybe just shy of 3/16 on the blade stock. The handle thickness is 3/4. The blade width, and I know these are kind of out of order, is 1.5 inches. So it's slicey as hell. It looks kind of like a drop point there. The inner grip on the handle, the inner grip where your knuckles line up in a traditional grip, is 4 inches. That's the face of the handle scales is 4 inches. The way they make the pommel, the inner grip goes up to 4 3/8, and any hand in the world can hold it. It has a very nice palm swell to it. We have a blade length of right at 5 1/4 with a cutting edge at 5 inches. We have an overall length of 9 3/4. So it's not a huge knife, but it's a comfortable knife. Now, I'll tell y'all the truth. Somebody asked me, Scab, which one do you like, the MS6 or the MS5 better? And I said this exactly. I said, if you took the blade from the MS5 and put it on the handle of the MS6, you would have damn near perfection. So, Mr. Stoner, just something to think about it. You might want to call one the Scab MS 5.5. I think that would be dope. And listen, I love their handle. Here's the thing. Every knife maker has kind of their niche, right? They all have kind of a calling card. The handle scales and the handle has to be Stoner CNC because they've been doing grips for a long, long time. So when you know that's going to be dialed in, everything else is just gravy. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, it don't make shit what a knife's made of. Whether it's aeb-l, my favorite, or unobtainium. It can be made of gold, titanium, magna-cut, whatever. If you can't hold it, you can't use it. Now, I see a lot of folks asking about the holes. I'll be honest with you, there's no real function to them. There's some nice fullers there. It don't matter to me. I've hit the thing right on top. I took that part out, but I should have left it in. I took kind of a piece of oak and just banged it on top. No dent, no catastrophic failure, none of that, because the knife is made right. Again, I am glad. Y'all just don't know, man. Doing this so much, you run across knife makers that don't want to listen, and it's not that I know everything. That is not the thing. But every now and then when you see something wrong, and for the most part, how many times do y'all ever hear me say anything other than sunshine and roses? Because of the way my channel's set up, I don't. But when I do, I mean it. And to have Mr. Stoner actually listen when we were talking about the sharpness, and listen, the sharpness on the MS6 was functional. It would work. And aeb-l is easy to sharpen in the field, blah, 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 blah. But in 2025, details matter. I'm telling y'all they do. There are so many good knife makers out there. But to have someone go, okay, we need to dial that in. We need to get that situated. Not because I said it, but because that was the consensus. It shows he's listening, which is nice. Now, these things went live, I believe, a day or two ago, so you might want to check them out. The prices vary depending on the grips. That's my understanding, and I think it's around $230 or $240 upwards to $280, which American made in this price range, that's a damn good price. So people going to get all huffy and puffy. Listen, no need. The people that's going to bitch about that ain't going to buy it, right? For American made in that price range, depending on your handle scales, your grips, that's pretty damn good. Would I carry it? Yeah, I'm going to carry this one. This is a knife that you can carry easily, right? You can, the way that I carry my knives, I carry it in the sheath. They put a lock on it. I like that, where I can lock the knife in. And honestly, I'll either slide it in my pocket or just tuck it between my belt. Now, if I'm beating it through the woods, you know what I'm saying? If I'm hauling ass through the woods, that didn't sound right. If I'm hauling ass through the woods, I'll put me either a nylon strap, that kind on it, and attach it to my belt, or I'll run a couple zip ties and carry it scout carry. That's just what I'll do. Now, that's my preference. Here we're doing some stabbing. And guys, when I do the stabbing, I know that's, I think Kirk said that's like a 10 ply. But here's the deal. I get that it's the sidewall of a tire. When I'm stabbing something like that, again, let me say it again. It's to check the grip. Does the knife slip out of hand? Does it jar your hand? Are there any hot spots? Will your hand run down it? See, that's a big thing with stabbing. It isn't just will the knife penetrate. It's making sure that your hand don't keep going. The grip on this thing is great. I'm going to do more shorts with it. Y'all know how I do. I put out a ton of content. When I put out more shorts, I'll change the handle scales. I'll show you the bag it come in. But please check with Peterbilt Knife Guy. He did an amazing job on his. Like I said, dude's amazing. He's a pillar of the community, a man among men. Kev is just that guy. And it's if it was Batman and Robin, it'd be Kev and Stein's Knives, right? I wouldn't want to see either one of them in a leotard, but that's about it. So you got Stein's Knives, you got Kev, Batman and Robin. Check out both of them. Listen to me. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, we just come off the weekend where the stats are higher. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. It's not popular. I'm not here to be popular. I have my reasons. Finally, if you're an addict, then I am. Never quit quitting. I'm Scab. You're not. The MS5.